part 2 in the series of advice that I would give to my daughter. Of course, I said in the first video, I don't have any children, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a lot of good maternal advice to give. And I, in a way, sort of do so all day long with the kids, the young people, the young women, men here at the school. So in this particular video, I want to talk a lot about, or specifically, I want to talk about image and the beauty industry, the idea of beauty, how it relates to the feminine spirit, my experience with this, and also what I've seen happen in terms of society since the real explosion of social media. And this is what I would, again, tell my daughter if she was asking me these kind of questions. I think it's so important in terms of the way that we define ourselves to not attach ourselves so much so to the body and the external way that the world sees us. And I've had many discussions with girlfriends about this, and in an era where everything is about Botox, fillers, plastic surgery, what you're wearing, what brand you're wearing, how you're looking, whatever selfie has to go up. Unfortunately, you can leave yourself being very morally bankrupt if you subscribe too much into the world of the external. At the end of the day, what gives you pride and what makes you feel good about yourself is, first of all, the things that truly bring you joy. And I'm going to guarantee that the way you look will never truly bring you joy. So it's great to be healthy. It's great to be, doing the things that keep your organism functioning properly. That means eating well, sleeping properly, exercising. Our bodies need oxygen. So when we're exercising, we oxygenate our blood, and that's a fabulous thing. In terms of what we're putting in our bodies, the less synthetic it is, by the nature of the fact that our bodies are meant to break down certain chemical compounds, you want them to be things that nature has created so that your body understands what to do with the things that it's breaking down. I mean, it's fairly intuitive. Eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, drink lots of water, okay? But beyond that, love the body and the uniqueness of yourself. We are all individuals, and we are all created in a very beautiful, unique way. I have yet to ever run into another human being that I didn't see as incredibly beautiful. And in their own unique way. I find it so fascinating, as I meet different people and see so many different individuals through my day that are entering into our schools even, or when you're out and about. There is just such an incredible beauty to each and every person. Every person is so unique. So again, when we think of the things that bring us joy, it's not going to be how we look. It's never, our joy is never going to illuminate or be outflowing from just an external body. And so I think this is so confusing for young people sometimes, is they see an image of what they perceive is physical beauty, and that image or that person might be doing things that look really fun, and then they make a correlation. Well, okay, I have to look like this to have this kind of life, and if I look like this, therefore I'm going to have the fairy tale life story. And it doesn't work that way. Fairy tales come in all sorts of packages and sizes, etc., but it's not, and it would never be derived from the way that you look externally. So in terms of body modifications or plastic surgeries, some of the things that people are doing so prevalently now that they feel that this is a road to success. This is a road to happiness. You can definitely try it, but it's not going to yield any results in terms of your consciousness. In fact, it's kind of like a quicksand. If everything that you're focusing on is external, and you feel that if you are the most beautiful, or the way that you look is particularly captivating, something like that, you're missing the point. The point in joy, the point in authentic living is doing the things that fill your soul. So art, music, poetry, writing, dancing, the expression of the human spirit, truly connecting with other individuals, sharing deep conversations, lovingly taking your attention and helping others. That's what's going to fill you. That's what's going to make you shine and make you feel wonderful. Really spending time with family members, being out in nature, communing with nature is such a powerful thing. Animals are extremely healing. I have a ranch, I have horses that I can be around, I have my dogs. My one dog just recently passed away, but just the ability to connect with nature is so incredibly powerful. And all of these things that I'm mentioning that really help us to feel satisfied and full and joyful, these are free things, and they're also things that have nothing to do with our exterior. And so again, so extremely important that if you are on a path thinking that if you have to look a certain way, or you have to make your chest a certain size, or have the perfect behind, or plastic surgery, all of these different things, I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it, okay? But it's wrong to expect it to fill your soul. What we are on our exterior, again, we don't even really see that. I mean, I get up in the morning, I brush my hair, I go to work, I work all day long till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I don't pay attention to, I can't see myself. I mean, every once in a while when I make a video or something, yes, I pay attention to the fact that I'm on the video. But beyond that, you are not gazing at yourself all day long. And the problem with social media is that it puts us in this mindset that we're continually checking in with the physicality of what we are. So, am I good enough? Is my waist thin? Do I look perfect? Does my hair look perfect? Is my outfit on point? Like, who cares? And that's what I would tell my daughter if she was sitting in front of me. I would say, build your talents. If you are a beautiful artist, then do art, because that's when you're going to be in your zone. If you are a dancer, then dance. If you are a musician, produce amazing music, or whatever your talents or your innate gifts are, follow those things, and that's going to bring you joy. And you don't need the approval of the outside world. You don't need people to say you're good enough, you're beautiful enough, you're smart enough, you're talented enough. You are enough. You are enough just by existing. And I guarantee you that God has equally portioned enough wonderful essence into each and every being that it's enough. You have to cultivate it. All of the gifts that you've been given, you have to take time to cultivate those things, but you also have to see them for what they are. You have to utilize a certain amount of spiritual discernment and morality, and look within yourself and really search out the things that are so special to who you are. And then you have to do something with them. You can't wait for the world to bring everything to your feet, okay? Each and every person has been given innate talents, but they have to have the bravery and the courage to go out and give those gifts to the world. And so, again, what is the drawback to continually wanting more likes, posting more selfies, having images of yourself become more and more derogatory, okay, is that you become ungraceful. You become a sleazy version of a very beautiful, innocent thing. And it's not that you can't write that. It's not that you can't go back and look at perhaps the portrayal that you may have put out there and then retract it a little bit and do a little bit better. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is maybe start to pay attention a little bit more and be a little bit more diligent to what you are out manifesting, because everything that you post in the world is a representation, quite literally, of who you are. So you are advertising your soul to the world. So again, if everything that you are posting has your cleavage hanging out and your body is exposed, and they say a picture paints 1,000 words. If you're in a G-string with your back end to the camera or whatever it is, putting very suggestive images online, then you're emanating a depiction that is not, it's not gentle, it's not womanly, it's not graceful. And so some people will say, okay, well, I don't want to be graceful, I want to be hardcore. Okay, but then know what's going to come with that. If you want to be that woman that is hardcore and, risque and whatever it is, badass, you're going to get treated like garbage, because the men that want women like that, they're not gentle, kind, good men. They're going to sleep around on you, they're going to cheat on you, they're going to treat you like garbage, they're going to utilize you in a way that isn't innocent, it isn't kind. And so, okay, again, if that is a path that you want to experience and you want to explore, do so, but don't go in blind. And then don't walk in and then turn around and do a 360 and then play the victim, because that's unintelligent, okay? We get what we deserve. What we put out there in terms of how we're representing ourselves is actually what's going to be attracted to us. So again, this is why I'm making these messages for young women, is that the body is sacred. Union is sacred. Love should be sacred. Sharing yourself with multiple partners, it takes away the sacredness of what it means to have divine union. Because again, that's a very special part of yourself that you're just sharing like it doesn't matter. My grandma used to say, like, you're giving out sex like handshakes, not to me, but when she was talking about young women, she says they're giving sex out like handshakes. It shouldn't be like this. And I found it kind of funny when she said that, but it's actually not funny. It's the energy exchange when two people come into physical union is so incredibly powerful, so incredibly so that you create life. And that's the most beautiful gift that you can ever be given. And yet we're taking no attention to it. There's no courtship, there's no diligence to the process of coupledom or of creating a family. You need, before you go and jump into bed with somebody or share your very precious body with somebody else, you need to really know them. You really need to understand who they are and make sure that your values match their values, that you are sharing your energy with somebody that you want to share your energy with. Because again, an energy transfer is going to happen whether you like it or not. And that does affect you at a very core soul level. And so, okay, maybe again, you want to do what everybody else is doing. You know, you look online and there's all of these beautiful women taking photos with very minimal clothes on, and you know, they've got 1 million followers or 2 million followers, and oh my God, people are paying them and sending them free products, and isn't this a wonderful thing? Don't I want that? I don't want to have to work hard, you know. I want to go hang out, you know, poolside in Vegas with all of my girlfriends while I just post about, you know, this bottle of water. Okay, but then what's after that? You know, have you stretched your mind? Have you learned something? Are you building intelligence? You know, what is beyond you than just a pretty face? And what happens when that pretty face fades? You know, what mark have you left on the world? And you know, are you somebody like Joan of Arc that goes down in history as a name that stands a test of time? Or are you on the cutting room floor, you know, because all you were was a pretty face that really never did anything, you know, that never impacted the world? Because it's not hard to be pretty. It's not hard to put on makeup and put together, you know, a good outfit, or it's not hard to take off your clothes and take a picture. What it's hard to do is have standards and make your standards so high that you create a beautiful fairy tale life for yourself. But again, that's going to take diligence. It's going to take effort. It's going to take hard work. And that's the key, is that you want to be more than what everybody else is doing. You want to be you. And when you figure out that the most beautiful expression of yourself is all of these little things that aren't on the outside, it's all of the beautiful, cool things that actually emanate from your heart and your soul. And when you start living that frequency of that beautiful core soul frequency that you are, that uniqueness, something very, very special happens. And you start to create in a way that is almost magical, because again, it is you, but it's the real you. It's the you that's inside, not the you that's trying to get a bunch of likes or, you know, fans, or, I mean, I don't even want to get into OnlyFans. I've talked to lots of young women that do those kind of things, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to know that a woman would take her beautiful body and her beautiful essence and that goddess energy that is about communion with a man. Or, you know, again, if it's 2 women and 2 men, whatever that love union is, because I don't subscribe to any sort of judgment at all. But what I'm saying is the feminine spirit and the masculine spirit, they can also appear, you know, in 2 female bodies or 2 masculine bodies. When that energy, that magnetism comes together, and when the core of that energy exchange is love, it's beyond anything you could ever imagine. And so much so that it transcends all borders, all existence, you know, even death. It's the most powerful energy in the entire universe. And so to think that it is not sacred, or to make it unsacred, is a deep sadness, I feel, that has plagued this world for, you know, maybe the last 100 years. It's a sickness, it's an insanity that a lot of humanity has adopted. And unfortunately, it's hurting who and what we are at our core. So again, union is sacred. And to not give it that label and to not treat it in that way damages our souls. And so it's so very important that we do think about these things, that we do not make light of the beauty of what it means to be in union with another human being. So I'm going to stop this little portion of the lecture here in terms of, again, the conversation I would have with my daughter if she was sitting in front of me. I would want her to respect her body. I would want her to show a little less and learn a little more, put a little bit more attention to all of the beautiful talents that she had, and not worry so much about if she was getting votes of confidence from the external world, because she wouldn't need it. You know, her beauty would emanate from what she was, not who approved of her or liked her. And I would want to really have her know that you don't love a body, you love a soul. So don't worry about the way your body looks so much. Smile more, you know? Smile, connect with people. You'll notice that when you do that, it doesn't matter. All of this doesn't matter, you know? It's the connection that you're making. It's the opportunity to give love to others. And I don't mean that, like, I don't mean that kind of love. What I mean is when you see the light in somebody else and you can watch them glow up, you know, that inspiration you have when you set another soul on fire and they see their worth and they see their beauty. That's what we're here for. That's where the good stuff is, or the secret sauce. That's the magic of life. And so think a little bit less about what outfit you're putting on and maybe what hairstyle you have, or, you know, how you look. And think a little bit more about enjoying your friends, you know, being there for them, connecting with them, because you don't get those times back. And if you're worried too much about who is watching you or how you looked in a picture, you know, in your golden years, those aren't going to be the things that matter. So, you know, do it right when you still have the chance to do it right. All right, I'm going to end this video.